Welcome to the AW Services YouTube channel. Today's video is on ammo boxes and a way that you can lock an ammo box. Why would you want to lock an ammo box is a good question, and the answer is they're readily available, they are affordable, you can get them from military surplus stores if you have them near you. You can also buy them brand new for about 12 quid, NATO spec 50 caliber ammunition boxes, exactly as what the British Army and our NATO armed forces use. Very solid steel construction with a gasket in the top so you can create an airtight can to stop rust, degradation of things inside of it. You can also use them as a safe or a toolbox. You may be a military enthusiast and you may have an armoured vehicle, you may have a ferret or something that you go to shows with, and you might have a period box like this on the side of your vehicle that you wish to put vital toolkit or a service kit for your vehicle. You may be a farmer, you may be wanting to use these on your tractor to put some tools in there. And also my mum has a roadside like farm shop. If you're familiar with those that live in the country, my mum has an allotment where she grows vegetables, etc., and she has a little wooden half shed that's at her driveway to her property in the middle of nowhere, and she sells fresh fruit and veg, jams, preserves, and you can use these for an honesty box. So you may drive by a farm gate entrance, you may be able to get a flat of eggs, or you may be able to get some flowers or some vegetables, and you may want to put your money in. These are a brilliant way of creating a safe lockable box where you can cut a hole in or a slit so people can deposit money into them, but you can also lock it as well. So how do you lock it? So British Army or NATO ammo boxes have a lift up lid like so. You can actually remove the lid because it's on a lift on hinge. So on the front retaining like cam lid, there's a hole. That hole lines up with the welded seam, just offset to the welded seam here. So I'll shut the box to show you. I am reaching around the camera, so I apologise if it rattles. So there's the hole that you can see in the centre of your frame. All you do is you put a Sharpie in there and you can mark a point, and then you can put a lock kit in. So Ammo Box Locks UK are a British company, an engineering company, and they machine these locks which are specifically made, if I can talk, for ammo boxes. So you've got a stainless steel, so it's probably a 316 stainless steel. So it would have started off as a piece of round stock bar. They've put it into a machine, they've cut it off and then put it on a CNC machine and then put a flat in there. So all you have is a stud, I'll show you, which is like an M8 stud. Just try not to wobble the camera. So you've got an M8 stud. Apologies for the GoPro's not focusing. I'm going to try to balance it on there for you so you can see what I'm on about. So you've got a stud with an M8 nut on the end, and you've got a hole drilled in there, and you've also got a flat so you can put a spanner. That comes with a roof style washer with a rubber grommet on there. So you drill through your box, you put this then in through the hole, you put the stainless steel washer with rubber washer on there, and then you tighten up the Nylox nut on the back like so. And then also you've got a really thick heavy gauge washer that goes on the outside of the box every time you lock it to create a tight and impregnable flap so you can't open it and it's locked. These are available on eBay. British company, made in the UK. You know, I'm an advocate for anything that's made in Britain. You know, we still have companies that make good things. I've bought a few of these from them in the past. The service is impeccable. They are only £9.99. £9.99 for that. I think that's extremely good quality considering it's machined and made in this country. Get these very quickly on eBay, and they're very easy to install. I'll just bring another box in. So this is a brand new box I've just bought for a project, so I'm going to have to drill that one. I'll make a video shortly on me drilling this box and add it to the end of this video. Here's a box I made earlier, which has all been painted black over the years, and as you can see, I've put the stud in the box as so. Put the lid down, lock it like so, and then where the stud is, you can put the big washer on it, or you can use a slightly bigger padlock, and then you can secure that with a padlock. Obviously you wouldn't use a padlock with a shank that long, but you can put a padlock in there up to a good 4mm thick padlock, and then you've got yourself a means of a locking safe box. So you know, you may be one of these preppers that are out there prepping for I don't know what, camping. You may have this mounted on the side of a military vehicle. You could be a farmer. You could be someone that has a little farm shop on their driveway and they wanted to create a heavy duty, robust, weatherproof honesty box for money. There's so many uses. I've got this black one in my van, and that sits on top of the wheel arch on a bracket in the rear of the van, and this holds my vital tools for my water-fed pole window cleaning equipment, and also some vital parts and tools for my Honda GX390 petrol engine pressure washer. So it's brilliant because it is waterproof, it takes its knocks, you can drop it off the building and it will not break. They are robust. But this is about how to put a lock on a box, but it's also an unpaid, unsponsored promotion that I'm doing solely off my own back for Ammo Box Locks UK. Proudly manufactured in the UK, turns standard ammunition boxes into lockable, secure storage tins for a variety of uses. You can also find them on Facebook at Ammo Box Locks UK. I'll put a link to their eBay shop in the description of this video, which was down at the bottom. You can also find a link to their Facebook page, and I will make a video of me having to install one of these next on this video to help promote this item and to show you what you can do with a box that you can lock. So I've done a previous video which I'll link to this video. So this here is a brand new NATO 50 caliber ammunition box, all steel construction. You can put locks in these. These are the locks that I favour from Ammo Box Locks UK. You find them on Facebook. eBay shop is where I purchased this. £9.99, British made, stainless steel pin with a large front washer, a Nylox locking nut, and then you've got a what I would call a roofing washer, which is a rubber backed washer which acts as a gasket on the back. Apologies for shaking the camera. So this stud needs to be mounted in the front of the box like so. You'll need to mark your box, so get yourself some masking tape so you've got better definition through the hole so you can see where you're marking out. You'll need to measure this, so you'll need to measure and get a drill bit that's 8mm or 7.91mm, which I make out the exact measurement of this. You need to mark your box with a pencil, a pen. Best trick I've always used is a Sharpie with some insulation tape wrapped around it, which is exactly the same size as that hole, so it self-centers itself. When you've done that, get yourself a very sharp drill bit or an automatic center punch and punch your spot where you're going to drill, because the way these boxes are designed, where you'll need to drill is exactly on the welded or the pressed seam of the box, like this one here that I bought into shop. So we're going to replicate that on the green box. So with your Sharpie pen, I'll try to film this as best as I can with my tape on it. It fits in the window. Hold it straight and rotate the pen in the hole like so. Ammo box lids, a lot of them they lift off as well, so you can remove the lids so they're not clanking around while you're working, and then you've just got your steel box. And inside, if the camera picks it up, here is a seam, and that's where you're going to be drilling through. So as you can see, I've marked my paper masking tape with a black dot. I'll get my centre punch, hold the box really steady. Now I've put a spot in that. That punch was quite a fine one, like so. I've now got myself a divot in there, and the idea of that is to stop your drill bit from walking around on the spot. You need to pilot drill it first. Never get a drill and go in like hell for leather and try to get an 8mm hole in one, because you'll end up creating too much swarf around the box. So drill bit, high speed steel bit, try to get that to centralise on your mark. Right, we drilled through. That was tough actually, I won't lie. Now we need to get our 8mm drill bit. Another high speed steel drill bit, 8mm. Locate that on the box. Like so. I've gone in with a 7mm because I would like to ream that hole out first. And then what I'll do now, I'm using a very small silver line, like 10 point, so many, what was it, 10.8 volt drill, because it's shorter. And study that, and I can get the driller in the box with a countersink bit, high speed steel countersink bit, and what that'll do is remove any swarf on the inside. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. Got a hole in the box, a nice smooth hole. There's no swarf there. What you can also do is, once you've drilled your hole, if you want to go belt and braces, get yourself a bit of green paint, a bit of nail varnish, and just seal the bare metal where you've drilled. Yeah, it sometimes helps just to stop any corrosion. I'm now using a reaming tool or a deburring tool, like a pen with a crooked blade on there. I'm just going to go in now to 8mm. Because we're going in on the seam, just offset to the seam in these boxes, it can be quite hard. Right, so I've drilled my hole, I removed my tape. You can also then vacuum out your box as well if you wanted, to make sure there's no swarf left in there. I'm just going to find my pin that I've just dropped on the floor, so bear with. Okay, I'm back. I do apologise. I dropped the stud and I thought it went on the floor, and it completely disappeared and ended up in my work bag. So just to recap, we've drilled our 8mm hole. We've cleaned off any swarf from the front and the back with our stud. That goes in through the front of the box, like so. I've my hole I've drilled is quite tight, so it's not going to slop around too much. Put that in with the rubber, what I call the roofing washer. Locate that on the rear of your stud. For me, a bit OCD, I'm making sure that my through hole and my padlock shackle hole is completely level, 90 degrees. I'm just using a large Torx screwdriver as a leverage tool to hold that. Then with your nylocks, locking that on the rear of that on top of your rubber roofing washer. Use an 8mm spanner, sorry, a 13mm spanner on the back, and then with an adjustable spanner or a pair of pliers, locate that onto the flat of the pin like so, and then proceed to tighten up your stud. Just do this off camera because it's tricky in the angle that I've set myself up at. My stud is now located in the front of my box. Nice tight finish. It's not sloppy, there's no swarf or sharp metal inside. Nicely done in a clean manner. And when you look at the actual circle hole in the metal spot welded plate, you're actually going offset to the seam. So that's why it's crucial that you mark with a center point or an automatic punch to create a divot to drill, because when I did my first box about 4 years ago, the drill bit had a tendency to walk around and then make a bigger hole. So you can put your lid back on your ammo box like so, lovely and tight. Then with the large thick diameter washer they supply, goes over the front to give you some extra security. And there you go, a very poor example but a clean job after all of how to add an ammo box lock to the front of your ammunition box to make a safe storage box, a safe, a toolbox. Any way that you want to make a box, this is the perfect way to lock that box to add a degree of security to a military ammunition box. This box was brand new. I've got quite a few of these brand new, but I think I paid £12 each for them. They're not army surplus, they're direct from the manufacturer. But I hope this video helps someone out there. If you've bought one, feel free to leave a comment below. I've posted links in this video to ammo box locks and where you can buy them from, and also their Facebook page. This is a completely independent, unpaid, unsponsored video from myself, just to show you how easy it is to create a box with a lock on there. But thank you very much for watching AW Services.